fight time, we definitely gonna try to take each other's heads off, and the closer the fight goes, we both gonna be eager to, you know, show who's the more dominant fighter.
At the seams, you gotta pick a side. I'm going with Crawford. I'm here to support Crawford.
But boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from him.
Terence Crawford shocked Piers Morgan on live TV by saying just 5 powerful words. "We're going to take each other's heads off." But he didn't stop there. Crawford confidently said, "If I beat Canelo Alvarez, I deserve a spot on Mount Rushmore." His bold words impressed viewers. This wasn't just talk, it was a clear and fearless message, showing that this upcoming fight will be one to remember.
Deteriorate, you know, in camp. But, you know, a win against Canelo Alvarez, what it would do to my career would put me, you know, on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
You know, I think I would be one of the greatest fighters ever.
Terence Crawford showed just how confident he is. He openly made fun of Canelo Alvarez's looks and warned him about what's coming. Crawford wasn't just talking for attention. His words showed he's fully focused and ready to shake up the boxing world again. This kind of energy proves he's not just fighting to win, but to dominate and leave a lasting mark.
Right. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Promoter Eddie Hearn recently shared how impressed he was after talking with Terence Crawford. What stood out most to him was Crawford's strong belief in his own skills and preparation. Even though facing someone as tough and experienced as Canelo is risky, Crawford stays confident, not just hopeful, but sure of himself. Hearn's words show the kind of self-belief only top athletes have when they're fully ready and know exactly what.
Go back and forwards, to be honest with you. Like, when I talk to Bud, I kind of like, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo. So we'll see.
Bill Haney has joined the growing number of boxing experts backing Terence Crawford. Haney didn't just choose a winner, he fully supported Crawford and his mindset. For someone with Haney's experience, to stand with Crawford says a lot. He's seen many champions come and go, and his support shows just how much respect Crawford has earned from the sport's most trusted voice.
Well, for everybody that was straddling the fence, straddling got your pants split. At the seams, you gotta pick a side. I'm going with Crawford. I'm here to support Crawford. He just signed up to do what everybody thought that he wasn't trying to be, a generational talent, another fighter on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Yeah, so don't split your pants, pick one.
Trainer Derek James gave a serious warning to Canelo's team, saying that Terence Crawford is unlike anyone they've faced before. He explained that many of Canelo's past opponents struggled to adjust during a fight. But Crawford is different. He does best when things get unpredictable. James highlighted Crawford's special mix of timing, movement, and surprise, which can throw off even the best fighters. His message was clear. Underestimating Crawford's skills would be a big mistake.
The thing about Crawford is he believes he's on it, like he believes he's the one. So that's the difference between him and any other fighter that Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting the individual. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart. But he doesn't care about that because he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and ride it out to the end of the fight, he's going to be successful. But if Canelo can do what he needs to do, and his timing has to be on point. He's not that fast as Crawford is. It's all about timing.
Brian Biomac McIntyre, the man behind Crawford's fight strategy, made it clear that Crawford is in top form. He said everything in Crawford's training, cardio strength, sparring and film study has gone perfectly. Biomac believes Crawford is not only physically ready, but also mentally sharp enough to follow the game plan flawlessly. In his view, Crawford's boxing smarts and strong fundamentals give him the edge he needs to.
Styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from him, but just a little bit better.
Mac also spoke out against a common myth about Crawford, that he hasn't fought top-level opponents. He explained that people only think that because Crawford dominates so completely that even elite fighters end up looking ordinary. According to Biomac, this doesn't mean the competition is weak. It shows how brilliant Crawford is in the ring. His ability to shut down threats and make tough fights look easy, Biomac says, is the real sign of a great
For me not to talk about the pound for pound #1 in the world, Terence Crawford. Always making headlines these days. He's cemented his legacy. I think certified Hall of Famer whenever he wraps it up. Stepped up in weight, won another world title last time out. Now they're talking about this fight with Canelo Alvarez. It was interesting to see the comments from Canelo on how he sort of assessed Bud Crawford's career. I almost feel after the Spence fight that was like an exclamation point on everything he's done, maybe from the critics who never gave him credit, but it almost seems like Canelo was downplaying his achievements. What do you make of that? Is that to build a fight? Because it sells itself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think Crawford rebuttal was everybody always say he hasn't fought nobody, or everybody that he fought was a no name. But I'm gonna tell you like this: what Crawford said. Well, they was something until Crawford fought him. So obviously he's doing a great job because he's making everybody look normal.
Not everyone, like when they go against Canelo, I don't think there's anyone else in boxing who you would ask and say this is a possible task for. But for Crawford, because of his pound for pound abilities, and apparently no rehydration clause. Am I hearing that right? He wants full smoke at that weight.
Let's go, man. That's what Crawford wants. He wants to show the world that he's the best. So, hey, why put stipulations in there when you know that you can be the best? So let's go test ourselves.
The hype around the fight has been intense, with both fighters trading words and tension building during every fight. Fans are hooked on the drama-free shove, stare, and sharp comment adds to the excitement. What started as a match between two skilled boxers has become a full-blown showdown. It's no longer just about titles or rankings, it's about pride, identity, and proving who truly deserves to be at the top of the...
Canelo pushes Crawford. This might be the biggest fight the past 50 years. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Look at this. Look. Dana White in the middle, UFC involved, WWE involved. Y'all think this was real? It looked real to me. I don't know. Crawford was staring them down too.
There's single quotes growing talk that Canelo might be underestimating how dangerous Crawford really is. Some fans and experts think Crawford's power doesn't get the credit it deserves, and it could even lead to Canelo's first knockout loss. What makes Crawford's punches so dangerous isn't just strength, but the way he delivers them with perfect timing and smart setups. Unlike fighters who just rely on raw power, Crawford uses strategy and surprise. Many believe Canelo may not be ready for this kind of threat. Interview 10. Despite all the talk about size and weight class risks, Crawford is entering the fight with unshakable confidence. He doesn't see it as a gamble, but just another challenge to conquer. Throughout his career, he's thrived under pressure and beaten opponents who were expected to overpower him. For Crawford, this fight is about breaking limits and proving that true greatness in boxing comes from skill, determination, and heart, not just size. His focus isn't on hype, it's
Yo, Canelo is about to get knocked out for the first time in his career. Y'all really playing with Crawford, bro. Y'all don't realize how much power Crawford actually has. I don't care what weight class he's coming up from. Canelo has never fought anybody like Crawford. I'm just kidding, bro. Obviously, I'm just kidding, bro. You guys, like, you really thought I was with the bullshit? Like, come on, we know. Yo, Canelo different, bro. He's looking like a lion right now, like the king of the jungle type shit with the stare down, bro. Like, this man, if y'all really think this man is gonna get knocked down, this guy has, look, you could say they both the same size. You know what I'm saying? He got a longer reach, whatever. But this dude has fought bigger and better opponents than Crawford, and he has never gotten dropped a single time in his career. You think this little guy is gonna do something to Canelo? I'm gonna keep it a buck. If he manages to knock down Canelo, I'm gonna give Crawford all the props in the world, because that would be crazy. But he's not doing that.
Despite all the pre-fight drama, both fighters have shown real respect for each other. Behind the trash talk, they've acknowledged each other's skill and professionalism. A video of them sharing a meal has gone viral, reminding fans that underneath the rivalry, there's still sportsmanship. It's a rare mixed public intensity mixed with private respect, and it adds an extra layer to their matchup. This balance of mutual respect and fierce competition makes their upcoming clash even.
These excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all.
Commentators from outlets like the showbiz, the adults have pointed out that timing matters more than just raw power. While Canelo is known for having one of the toughest chins in boxing, Crawford's real danger lies in his ability to find the perfect opening. It's not just how hard he hits it, when and where he lands the shot. Analysts say Canelo could get caught off guard by something he's never faced before, and if that happens, it might lead to the first knockout loss of his legend.
I don't like this right here. I don't like this at all. Now, I know y'all love Turkey. I like him too. He puts on good fights. And I get that he's trying to show that, hey, through the sport, it's love and unison. No matter who's the biggest, the baddest, whatever, they still support each other. And I'm cool with that. But, before the fight, I need that feel of, oh man, yeah, these two going at it. These two want to beat each other's ass. They want to knock each other out. That's how a fight buildup should be. I shouldn't be seeing these two sitting across from each other eating. Now, I'm not even talking about promotion. The fight doesn't need to be promoted. Two of the biggest fighters of our era, bang. But I need the promotion of oh yeah, I want to get violent with this person. I want to knock this person's head off. I'm not saying they're not going to put on a good fight. I'm just saying I want the buildup. That's what makes the fight even better. It's the buildup. Look at all the past fights that happened. Even recently, Ryan Garcia in Tank. Shit, Ryan Garcia in freaking Haney. Fights like that. The buildup was so, because even in the pre-fight, it was hatred or, hey, I want to beat you up type stuff. Now it's oh, I'm sitting across from you eating dinner, laughing. Nah, man, we can do this after the fight. That's fine. But before that fight, I'm locked in. I want to see that. Oh, I'm locked in. I'm ready to knock him out. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You know, I know a lot of y'all have your opinions, but comment what y'all think about this and follow your boy.
Journalist Dan Raphael shared a deeper perspective on why Crawford took this fight. According to him, it's not about money, it's about legacy. Crawford wants to be remembered not just as a champion, but as a fighter who had the courage to face the biggest names, no matter the weight class or the risks. Raphael admits it's a dangerous move, but he sees it as the kind of bold step that turns great fighters into legends. It's high risk, high reward, and Crawford is fully committed.
The question I have, which I didn't ask before, because Canelo's chin is one of the greatest chins in history. But looking at the size of Crawford, if he can keep his speed, he's definitely going to keep his timing. He's definitely going to keep his accuracy. Crawford is a knockout artist. The reason why Crawford is a knockout artist is because of his hand-eye coordination, accuracy, and timing. He hits you with shit that you're not expecting. That shit that he hit Errol Spence with, he didn't expect it. That's why he dropped. Same thing with Kell Brook. He's going to hit Canelo with something weird. Canelo ain't going to be able to roll out of it because Crawford's timing is different. Canelo's going to get hit with flush. But the thing is, Berlanga hit Canelo flush after the bell. So that lets you know what kind of chin he has. I'm just saying, can he stymie, can he bell ring Canelo a little bit? Can he sting him a bit to make Canelo not tank for 12 rounds?
This fight is fascinating. Canelo's steady, pressure-heavy style is a sharp contrast to Crawford's smooth, adaptable approach. While Canelo uses patience and powerful body shots, Crawford responds with speed, tricky angles, and changes in rhythm. Experts say the early rounds will be key if Crawford can keep his distance and throw Canelo off balance. He might take control. But if Canelo gets inside and works the body, things could get dangerous. It's a true chess match in the ring, a tactical.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go back way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hype about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was like, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
Strategy is everything. He believes what sets Crawford apart is his ability to read opponents, adjust in real time, and stay sharp under pressure. While he respects Canelo's power and experience, Biomac is confident that Crawford will spot and take advantage of his weaknesses. From footwork to punch choices, every detail has been carefully trained in camp. Crawford isn't just getting ready to fight, he's preparing to outthink, outmaneuver, and outclass a champion.
Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, you know, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable. And despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most. And maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him. Maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. You know, if you can counter the counterpuncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, you know, genius and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. You know, we've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh season. Again, I'm disappointed for Jake Paul, but I am happy for boxing fans, because my God, this is the treat of the year. And look, I'd love to see Canelo in there with a Hamza Shiraz. I love Hamza Shiraz. He's one of my favorite fighters in the world, and I think he's the